Hey there, movie fans. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the news that Henry Cavill has been cast as a lead role in a new Highlander film. Now, I'm really excited for this movie personally. Like, I loved the original Highlander film. I watched like two and three a long time ago. I remember them being shitty. I never saw the show. And also, you have the guy who directed the John Wick movies. I'd love that. I'd love him being the one to direct a new Highlander film. Plus, I think the Highlander franchise is one of those things where I feel like you really could do a cool modern spin on it with the whole lore mythology. And I think Henry Cavill is just a great actor. He might not have been one of my favorite actors when it comes to Superman, but I liked him a lot in like the other stuff he's done. So I think he's a great choice for the lead role, and it's definitely made me more excited for the Highlander film. Next thing I want to talk about is the director who did the Fantastic Beasts movies, and I think he directed 4 or 5 Harry Potter films. Talk about how he has an arrangement from Warner Bros. About the next 2 Fantastic Beasts movies. And it doesn't sound like he'll be back with Harry Potter. He won't have any involvement with the Harry Potter show that's going to be like telling the story of the books again. Well, part of like any Harry Potter movies, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I love the Harry Potter movies he did, but the Fantastic Beasts movies were just very okay in my opinion. They were just kind of forgettable. Like I enjoyed them enough, but I didn't find the characters with story as compelling as the Harry Potter movies were the characters in those movies. It was just like I said, they were just kind of forgettable. Like they were entertaining enough, but they just lacked that magic of the Harry Potter films. And I also think just that he directed 4 or 5 Harry Potter films. He did the Fantastic Beasts films. I really like. I want to see a new director when it comes to if they ever do a new Harry Potter film. I don't want to see David Ace back. To me, the Fantastic Beasts movies was an example where I felt like this was an example where the director stayed on a franchise for too long. Like I know Fantastic Beasts movies were prequels and it did have new characters, but I think it just felt to me like this was a director that stayed on a franchise for too long. And I want to see a new director. And then when it comes to like canon, that sounds like they're not going to do because it was going to be like 5 Fantastic Beasts movies. I'm perfectly fine with End of Day because it just like it was like the Alien prequel thing where Ridley Scott was going to like do 5 Alien prequels. I'm like, you don't need to do 5 Fantastic Beasts movies to tell that storyline. And like I said, I just didn't. None of them were great in my opinion. They were all just very okay movies. So I'm perfectly fine with them. Kind of like what it sounds like that they're not going to move forward with the next 2 Fantastic Beasts movies. Next thing I want to talk about is the director of Deadpool 3 was saying how it was easy to get some of their secret cameos. Now, obviously, there's been rumors going around about all these different characters that are going to appear on Deadpool 3. But then I love most about what he was talking about when he came to Deadpool 3 was that he was saying how it's full of emotion because I love the first Deadpool movie. What Tim Miller did with the first movie. I thought Deadpool 2 was fun, but I felt like with Deadpool 2 they relied more on the jokes and also Deadpool 2 had a bigger budget and it kind of went more for like a blockbuster feel. The first Deadpool movie, why I love it so much, is that I like the fact in the first Deadpool movie, it was kind of like it had an independent feel, and it had like a small personal story about a guy who has cancer, about this really great love story about 2 people who were kind of weird, but they fit together. And I felt like Deadpool 2 it kind of, to me, I just didn't find the story in Deadpool 2 as compelling or as like personal and intimate like the first Deadpool movie. And I just love the fact that he's saying that Deadpool 3 is going to have full of emotional moments because, like I said, I'm always excited for Deadpool 3 based on the fact I love the first one. And like I said, even though I don't love Deadpool 2 as much as the first one, it was still an entertaining sequel. And this also is the guy who did the Item Project, Free Guy, which I love, which had fun moments, but also had some really great emotional moments in those movies too. So, and for me, I like I'm somebody who loves story, character, and tone in my movies because to me, you can have all the great ass in the world, but if you don't have that tone that strikes like that right balance and really compelling story and characters, an ass in to me doesn't mean much. So I just love that was the part I love hearing was that it's full of emotional moments too. So I love hearing that. The last thing I want to talk about, and I remember I debunked this in one of my past videos, but there's a story going around that Thor 5 is officially in development without Taika Waititi. It sounds like this is officially going to happen now. And I'm on two mindsets. I love Thor Ragnarok, and I really didn't like Thor Love and Thunder. But I would have been open to giving it a shot because I do love Thor Ragnarok. And I felt like Thor Ragnarok, he used his style, his flavor, but Thor Love and Thunder felt like Thor Love and Thunder to me was an example where like some people say, oh, you should let the filmmaker do whatever they want. And I'm like, no, Thor Love and Thunder is an example where to me they let Taika Waititi too loose with that movie. Like it was too much of a Taika Waititi film with Thor Love and Thunder. And I think even Chris Hemsworth even said that he didn't, even he admitted that it felt like he got too goofy to character in Thor Love and Thunder. Because Thor Ragnarok, in my opinion, did a great job of balancing comedy with dramatic moments, but never making Thor into a goof. Like Thor, and the comedy was funny in that movie. So it never felt like they made Thor into an idiot in that movie. While Thor Love and Thunder, it just felt like they took the comedy way too far on Thor Love and Thunder. So I'm also, the other mindset of me is that I wasn't a big fan of Thor Love and Thunder, and I remember like Kevin Feige at the beginning of that movie said, like when they asked him what genre is this movie, he said, well, it's a Taika Waititi film, which was right away a sign that you can definitely tell with Thor Love and Thunder, they just let Taika Waititi go wild and let him just like, it definitely feels like more Taika Waititi film than Thor Ragnarok, in my opinion, for me. So there's also that side where I'm kind of glad he isn't coming back to direct it, because I definitely think you need to put in a new like. So you definitely need a new director that can put in a fresh spin of Thor right now. And look, I don't think Chris Hemsworth's going to be playing the character much longer. I think he'll probably do one more solo Thor film and probably be in the next two Avengers movies. And I don't think you're going to see him playing Thor beyond that. But I would like to see him get one final solo movie and kind of have a great send off solo movie and not have the solo movies end with like Thor Love and Thunder. So for me, I lean towards more. Yeah, I think you need to get a new director with a Thor 5. Like I'm excited for a Thor 5 because I love him in the world. And and this Thor franchise kind of seems to be the odd ones that always end up being great. Like I love the first Thor. He had Thor: The Dark World, which was mediocre. And I loved Thor Ragnarok, and he had Thor: Love and Thunder, which wasn't all that great. So hopefully this ends up being one of those odd Thor movies like the first and third one, where it gets the franchise back on track. So, like, I would have given Taika Waititi another shot, but I also am glad at the same time because of how much I really didn't like Thor: Love and Thunder. So that's all the movie topics today. Until next time, movie fans.